Today we're going to be replacing an evaporator coil in an occupied apartment. To avoid having to use a torch in the apartment, we're going to use these ProFit fittings. I have a 5/8 coupling to use on the suction line, and also have this kit that measures the depth of the fitting onto the pipe. Before heading to the apartment, we're going to prepare the coil. We cut the flare off the 5/8 inch line and then cleaned up the connection. A rimming tool would really come in handy for this, but we just used a blade to clean up the rim on the inside of the pipe. Next, we want to use the measuring tool to mark the pipe so we can tell when we have the connector completely in place. To install the connector, simply push the connector onto the pipe. If we need to remove the connector for any reason, we can use the removal tool that came with the kit. Simply press the removal tool against the plastic insert and pull the connector. Be sure to push the connector on till the plastic insert goes all the way in to your mark. We recovered all the Freon from the unit, and now we're ready to go inside and start the process of removing the evaporator coil. As we prepare to remove the coil, we begin by removing the screws. Then, using a tubing cutter, we cut the 5/8 inch line. We left it long just to be safe. We can always cut it shorter when we figure out where the connection will be. Once we have the 5/8 inch line cut, we will disconnect the 3/8 inch line at the orifice connection. This will help us avoid having to use any other connectors when we install the new coil. Now that both lines are disconnected, we can remove the old coil. With the old coil removed, now we can install the new coil. Once the new coil is set in place, we can connect the 3/8 line after making sure we have the orifice in place. After tightening the 3/8 line, we can use the tubing cutter to cut the 5/8 line midway of the connector. Clean the rim left by the tubing cutter, and we're ready to mark the line using our depth gauge. Once we have our line marked, we're ready to insert the line into the other end of the connector. Notice the connector has small windows on the side. This is so you can check to make sure the lines are inserted properly. Now that everything is connected, we have pressurized the system with nitrogen to check for leaks on the system. The maintenance tech in the apartment says there are no leaks, so now we're ready to pull a vacuum and charge the unit.